foot, score! Hammers this one.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott, speaking to you from Founders Park because it is officially college baseball season. The 128th season of South Carolina Gamecock baseball has arrived, and we've got great coverage of this upcoming season coming up here on the show today. We'll visit with Mark Kingston, the head coach of Carolina. We'll also give you a taste of opening day and lots more to get into as well. It was a great day at Colonial Life Arena earlier this week as South Carolina finally got that monkey off its back against the UConn Huskies, and we've got coverage of Gamecock men's basketball as well. So a lot to get into on this week's show, but as we mentioned, with it being opening weekend, let's start with a taste of Gamecock baseball.
A lot of different candidates were vetted out, were shared. This job attracts a lot of the top coaches in the country. It is the #1 job. It is my opportunity now to introduce our baseball coach, Mark Kingston.
The opportunity to be here is one of the best in the country because of the fans, because of the academics, because of the tradition. This program has everything. We want Omaha as much as you do. I will tell the fans, we want Omaha as much as you do, and we will work hard to get there.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks. And Wild Wing Cafe, where great food rocks.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you.
Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college,
my future, or my new car, building a home,
or building a nest egg,
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina.
Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. We're back at Founders Park, and I am fortunate enough to get to spend some time with this guy, Mark Kingston, head coach of the Carolina baseball program. Opening weekend is here, and I know no matter how long you've been in this business, it's probably still awfully exciting.
It is. When you're in baseball, opening day is very special. So even though I've been coaching now for a long time and played for a long time before that, opening day never gets old. So we're really excited getting out there in Founders Park with our great fans, with a very much improved team, and just ready to get going.
This lineup has a lot of new faces, but that's a good thing in terms of the level of competition. I know just talking to guys around the program, I get the impression you feel like you've got 12, 13 guys fighting it out for 9 positions.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And there may be times where we play platoons. We may play the best defensive lineup. There may be times we play the best offensive lineup. A lot of that will have to do with who we're facing and the type of pitcher we're facing, or maybe who's on the mound for us. If we have a heavy ground ball pitcher, maybe we'll play our best infield defense. If we have a guy that's going to give up more fly balls, maybe you can put your best offensive infield out there. So it'll be a work in progress as we go, but regardless of who's out there, I feel confident.
On the pitching staff side of things, 2 pretty good building blocks, though. Your Friday and Saturday starting spots, not a whole lot of debate about those coming into this spring, and certainly over the preseason work they've done nothing to change that opinion.
Definitely. Carmen Majinski, obviously that was a big blow for us last year when he came off the field at Clemson and never pitched again for us for the remainder of the season. Went out, had a great year in the Cape Cod League, was all league, became a very well-known prospect after that, and he's just built on that ever since. He's bigger, he's stronger, the stuff is great, so he's a bona fide Friday night guy in this league. And then everybody knows about Brett Carey. Brett Carey was our best pitcher last year, and so we're giving him the opportunity to move from the bullpen to a starting role, and I think he'll be up to the task. Best pitcher
is a true freshman for you. He's pretty special, and you are allowed to do that because you've built up a lot more depth in the bullpen. Talk to us a little bit about some of the pieces you've got there, especially some of these new faces that our fans may not know that much about.
Yeah, well, I would say the first 3 guys to know about that are new guys are Brandon Jordan, Thomas Farr, and Andrew Peters. 3 JUCO guys that we brought in, all that were drafted last year after their junior college seasons. Still coming a little bit off injuries, so we're going to be conservative with Farr and Peters, especially Brandon Jordan is ready to go 100% and has a chance to be a really big impact guy for us. But in terms of the new guys, those are the guys that our fans need to be aware of, and then in the back of the bullpen, names that they'll be pretty familiar with.
On the Prisma Health injury update, last season we spent way too much time on this subject because your pitching injuries were just all over the place. This year, certainly you've stacked up more depth to offset and withstand some of those injuries that are inevitable in baseball, and that's fortunate because you've already seen that subject rear its head again.
Yeah, Dylan Harley will miss this season with Tommy John. The problem these days, and it's everywhere, it's not just our program, we're not the only ones dealing with it, but when these kids are throwing in the low to mid-90s, the arms just are not designed to withstand that. And so they say it's an epidemic throughout the country, coast to coast, at a lot of levels. As soon as those guys really start getting up in that neighborhood, then the risk for those type of elbow injuries become much greater. So we're no different than anybody else. That's why, as you mentioned, you've got to have depth, and so you hopefully get quality from quantity.
We certainly wish Dylan the best and look forward to his rehabilitation and getting back into this program. We mentioned some new names on the pitching front. How about around your infield specifically? You've got some guys who are competing for playing time who fans have not maybe heard of yet, but have made big splashes, at least from my standpoint, watching them in the scrimmages.
Yeah, 3 guys especially, I would say, on the infield. Number 1 is Brennan Malone, very well-regarded high school performer out of Georgia, was drafted by the Dodgers, and we're lucky that he came to school because he has a chance to be a really special player over there at third base. And then second base is wide open between Braylon Wimmer and Jeff Heinrich. One a JUCO, one a high school kid, both very talented, both 6'5" type runners, athletic, can hit. So that'll be really fun to watch those guys play.
Final question I want to ask you about is from the lineup standpoint is I know last year you were kind of painted in the corner behind the plate. You, other than Berry Hill, you didn't have a whole lot of options to work with, and he caught more innings than you probably wanted him to. That does not appear to be an issue this year. You've got a lot of ideas, a lot of options to consider.
Yeah, our top two guys at this point are Dallas Beaver, a graduate transfer from UCF, and Colin Burgess, a freshman out of Kentucky. And then providing depth behind them will be Wes Clark and Bryant Bowen, another transfer from Southern Miss. So we feel really good that we can spread that out a little bit more than last year.
Coach, looking forward to this season. You know the tradition around here, fans get excited this time of year because Gamecock baseball matters. And that's fun for you, I know, and I know you're ready to get this team started as well.
No question, and we love the passion here. That's why we came here in the first place, so just ready to get going.
All right, appreciate the time.
My pleasure.
We'll be back with more of the Gamecock Insider in just a bit, so stay with us. Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
Hey Gamecock fans, this is Coach Will Muschamp. As head coach of the Gamecocks, I know it's important to practice healthy habits to stay in the game, including exercising regularly, reducing stress, and scheduling checkups with your doctor. As the official healthcare provider and team physician for the Gamecocks, Prisma Health helps the team stay healthy on and off the field. And with locations across the Midlands, they make it convenient for the entire Garnet and Black community to get the health care they need. To find out how you can live healthier, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
Hi, I'm Gamecock legend Connor Shaw, here to tell you that joining the Alumni Association is a home run. And as the new spokesperson for the Alumni Association, I want to represent all Gamecocks, regardless of their Carolina experience. Because that is what the Alumni Association does. They support all of us, not just record-breaking quarterbacks, like me. So join today or visit mycarolina.org to learn more.
Join us every week at Wild Wing Cafe for Carolina Calls from 7 to 8 o'clock. Wild Wing Cafe is Columbia's home for hot wings, cold beer, and good times. Tune into Carolina Calls every week and go to wildwingcafe.com for more information. Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. South Carolina and Connecticut, they are two of the most prominent names in all of women's college basketball. But prior to this season, the Huskies had certainly had the head-to-head advantage, winning the first 8 meetings between the two programs. But South Carolina changed all that this past week, and why not? It's been a year in which this #1 ranked team in the nation has been untouchable, no matter who the opponent has been. But boy, it was a special atmosphere with a sellout crowd at Colonial Life Arena Monday night. Let's take a look back at history in the making.
The series has been very one-sided. Don't call him Gino. He's 8-0 Gino when he comes into this house. Perfect against South Carolina in the history of this rivalry. South Carolina will try and change that tonight.
This arena is absolutely rocking back. It is so cool. All the way up to the rafters, it is packed. A sellout of 18,000 people. This will be the biggest crowd to watch a women's college basketball game so far this season, and it's electric.
The wait is over in Columbia, and they are ready to make some noise for #1 South Carolina and #5 UConn. She can't finish. Second chance rejected, and that will spur the break the other way, and the one-handed lay-in from here. From outside, Leah Boston. Not only is that her first 3, it's the first one she's taken all season. Boston with another swat on the drive, her second block. Herbert Harrigan trying to make that job much harder for Gino. Harris on the out-of-bounds play, 15 for Ty,
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you.
Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college,
My future, or my new car, building a home,
Or building a nest egg.
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. Just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina.
Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
Good hard work has earned Silva Kinelato the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the women's tennis team, Kinelato is a senior tourism management major with a 3.759 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
5 seconds left to work with. Inbound to Kusnard. Crosses midcourt. Shoots the runner from 19. And it goes! Come on!
That's your Sansbury. Did you see that play? Jermaine Kusnard beating the halftime buzzer with a running three-pointer earlier this past week. And of course, South Carolina's SEC Freshman of the Week had a tremendous performance in that contest to win against Texas A&M. Meanwhile, our Terminix Pest Player of the Week takes us to the diamond. That is softball pitcher Kelsey O, who picked up wins in all 3 of South Carolina's opening weekend performance sweep of the tournament that they hosted. 3 wins for Kelsey O. Congratulations to her. She is our Terminix Pest Player of the Week. She's also the SEC Pitcher of the Week. As we turn our attention back to men's basketball, however, it was a pretty good week for South Carolina. Certainly Legends Weekend is always a lot of fun when you welcome back so many of the former greats of the Gamecock program, and that's what took place last weekend when South Carolina hosted Texas A&M, and the Gamecocks didn't disappoint in front of their former legendary performers when they were in the building. This current crop of Gamecocks had something to say as well.
Carolina back at Colonial Life Arena, 5-4. League play second time they have met this.
This is the game that you grew up loving to play. You were out in the park every day. You couldn't wait to get to the gym. You couldn't wait to play. The only difference is you're being held accountable.
Take off, 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 take off. Wrong way.
Good work, and McCreary says no. Transition alley-oop to Bryant, and he puts it there.
All the crowd's been waiting for that.
Bolden, open 3. Yes, lob to Kusnard from Bolden, and it's laid in on the left side. Inbound to Kusnard, crosses midcourt, shoots the runner from 19, and it goes! Oh my! Jermaine Kusnard with a running 3 right before the horn. Money. AJ hits again to start the second half. Kusnard cutting into the lane, feeds at the rim, and Kosar elevates with a 2-hand plug. Kosar steals the inbounds, takes it to the rim, and flushes it with 2 hands.
Like I told you guys yesterday, our preparation yesterday was really, really good. And I expected us, like I told you, to play well today. We're in the business of playing the game so this team can become the best team that it can. We got to prepare the right way so it gives us a chance to go in there and win on Wednesday. Okay? Come on. Come on.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family.
So South Carolina sweeps the season series with the Texas A&M Aggies. Frank Martin getting 2 victories against his good friend Buzz Williams. Now this from My Carolina.
Hi, I'm Gamecock legend Connor Shaw. Here to tell you that joining the Alumni Association is a home run. And as the new spokesperson for the Alumni Association, I want to represent all Gamecocks, regardless of their Carolina experience. Because that is what the Alumni Association does. They support all of us, not just record-breaking quarterbacks, like me. So join today or visit mycarolina.org to learn more.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you.
Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college,
my future, or my new car, building a home,
or building a nest egg,
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
And all fans, what a matchup it was.
Today, we got 5 hang cleans, 5 front squats, 5 presses, 3 hang squat cleans. Then we start power cleaning. Then we gonna get after it all week this week. Next week, we're gonna pull back a little bit because we got spring ball after that. But this week, we gotta get it done.
You really working though, for real, don't go.
Frank Martin here, head coach of the South Carolina men's basketball team. Today you can join me and give a kid in our community the power to read. 100% of the funds raised will support children in the Columbia area through our local literacy program partner, Weber Elementary School. Please join with me, Coaching for Literacy and International Paper, in the mission to give every child the ability to read. To learn more, text Gamecocks 4LIT to 71777 or visit www.fightforliteracygames.org. The fight for literacy starts with you.
It's evident that the techniques that they implement in us and have been teaching me for 3 years there at Carolina is very useful, not only here in Kansas, but along the NFL teams, period.
Looking for more than 10, and it's intercepted. That is Fenton.
Kansas City, are you ready to go back to the Super Bowl?
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks. And Wild Wing Cafe, where great food rocks. Back to wrap things up on this week's edition of Gamecock Insider. Be sure to join us again next week, same station, same time. We'll have more coverage of Gamecock baseball's opening weekend and lots more to get into, as well as basketball heads for the home stretch, and the softball season gets cranked up as well. So we'll talk to you then. And until then, I'm Derek Scott. Thanks for being with us. This is the Gamecock Insider.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.
Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock Sports Properties.